Hello, hello, hello. We're here with our hot chocolate because it's the season. Happy holidays, folks. Oh, yes. Today I've got a little bit shorter of an episode because at this very moment, I am away on a trip. I am back in New York with my family, having lots of fun and just relaxing. So this is actually recorded a little bit earlier, and I'm uploading it to you today just to keep on with the schedule, but I've got a little bit shorter of an episode today. But despite that, we've got a few exciting things that we gotta do. First things first, we've got to, as promised, unlock industrial manufacturing. This is going to require a whole lot of resources that I don't know if I have on hand right now. It's a good chance that I have everything except for the motors, which maybe that's fine, maybe that's fine. I'm going to have to go and get those motors from my steel plant, but in the meantime, do I have everything that I need for fluid packaging? Oh, I think I do, I might just go ahead and unlock fluid packaging while I'm here, because that's going to take a little bit for the pod to return back to us, but while the pod is out and into the sky, that's going to be my chance to go get those motors from the steel plant. And here we are with everything we need for fluid packaging, and let's send it. As Ada talks, I'll start making my way over to the steel plant.
Milestone reached. Avoid the embarrassment of placing liquids in your pockets
That's
only
what
for
my
them
coffee
to
is right
spread
now.
across your suit. Package and unpackage them with the packager. Packaging fluids allows them to be transported in your inventory, on conveyor belts, and by vehicles. For increased, non-pocket related fluid storage, you can now use the industrial
Wonderful.
fluid buffer.
Thanks, Ada. Just picking up some extra steel parts. I'll get some extra beams while I'm here. Maybe some extra encased beams, especially now that we have Mark IV belts. Fancy, fancy. And of course, let's get a whole bunch of motors because we just seem to never ever have enough of those. We've got plenty of pipes. I'll just take 200 extra and maybe just a couple hundred extra of our beams because we need those always for Mark III belts. And we're back at the base just in time for the pod to begin to return down. We got about 30 seconds. We should be able to hear a sonic boom as it comes back in from our giant, oh, look at that gorgeous, gorgeous space elevator and the parachute, apparently. It's such a big space elevator, and here comes our pod. Nice and beautiful. 10 seconds to go. I think our man we researched last time, we got ourselves an extra hand slot for our cup, of course, of course. Got 3 seconds to go, and we should be able to just send off industrial manufacturing when it's back. There we go. Launching immediately. Howdy, Ada. What do you gotta say for us?
Milestone reached. Manufacturers can receive up to 4 inputs for the production of complex parts, such as computers and heavy modular frames, but most importantly the 2 new project parts. The modular engine and adaptive control unit are essential for the development of Phase 3 of project assembly. You are making good progress. The future is starting to look bright.
Starting to look bright. Well, Ada, I appreciate that. Thank you for your confidence and your shining, shining words, as always. I appreciate your praise, and I don't know, Ada, I'm trying to be positive. Well, alright, we're doing fairly well right now. We've just unlocked manufacturers and a whole bunch of parts that we can make in manufacturers. For today's kind of shorter, quicker episode, I'm not going to spend the whole time looking at those manufacturers, but what I do want to do is set up at least basic ones. If you remember, quite a few episodes ago at this point, we did set up some automation for Sam and Quartz over at our steel plant right on the lower level, but we couldn't actually automate those because I didn't have the manufacturer unlocked. So now that I have that unlocked, I just want to implement that and get that running in so that we can start to get some of those things produced instead of just building up as they have been so far. First things first, I want to head on over to our oil and plastic and rubber plant that we built last episode and just check how it's going. I'm recording this pretty shortly after that one in the world and in real time. So I don't know if everything is fully balanced out yet. If I check the power graph, I'll be able to see just how well things are kicking on. Yeah, you can see that a lot of these generators are still not at 100%. The last few of these are still only a fraction of the way there. I'm just gonna hop off and see how well these are filling up. We got 50 in there, 50 in here, 50 in here, 50 in here, and only 6 in there, and 4 in there. So the manifold, the pipe manifold, pipes work a little bit differently than how the others do, but the pipe manifold is only just starting to fill up, so we're not quite at 100% on these guys yet. What are they sitting at? About 50%? 50% is definitely better than we had it before, but we're not quite there. We can still see these terrible power fluctuations. But luckily, it looks like we've only got a few minutes left before our batteries are completely full, which means that we should be overshooting our power just enough so that we're not using up our biomass burners at home all too much. It's pretty good progress. I'm just going to pick up maybe a couple hundred extra plastic and a few hundred extra rubber, knowing that we're going to end up needing those shortly. And now what I actually want to do is I want to go on a little bit of exploration. Instead of taking our power towers all around, I want to go back to our steel plant because, as I mentioned, that is where we can set up the SAM and quartz. But this is just such a beautiful area, and I know that we can get to the steel plant on foot from here. So I figure, why not do that and have a little exploration in the meantime? There are so many power slugs around this area that we just haven't had a chance to collect, and I have a little bit of inventory space, which should mean that I can collect at least a few of these slugs and maybe some Mercer spheres on the way as well. So I think let's just explore this beautiful world, eat some yummy power slugs. Tasty. Because we're kind of running low on some of these power shards as well back at the home base. I'm trying to reserve a few for when we eventually get renewable power slugs, but that takes 10 power shards, plus I'm going to want more and more as my factories scale up. So I think it's about time that we just collect a whole bunch of extra. You know, there's no shortage of slugs in the world, but there is a shortage of my time. And just like last episode, I forgot the bombs to blow up this mushroom, so we won't be doing that today. Whoops. That said, I can take the slug that's hiding on the underneath of this mushroom that we were planning to blow up if I put enough effort into it. Oh, it's gonna let me. Here, stand on the stem, and there we go. Boop. Beautiful. I feel like I gotta just hold my coffee in my hand now. Now that I've unlocked it, instead of putting my hand away, I feel like I just gotta hold on to this guy. There are so many slugs in this area. They love this region, apparently. No complaints from me. All right, what's all this then? Is this yellow foliage? This almost looked like a drop site from a distance, but it's not. It looks like it's just some beautiful coral, but there is a drop site over here. It's pretty cool. What do I have? Bombs? Oh, sweet. We do have bombs from here. Nice. And I can use this. I can unlock this guy. There we go. And hard drive acquired. Are there any extra parts around here that are worth getting? Besides maybe the spitter's face once I tear it off? No, I'm not going to tear it off. I'm fine. I'm civilized. There is a Mercer sphere up here, though. And, you know, we got to meet Not Ada again last time. I wonder if Not Ada is going to pop up this time, or if this is going to be a peaceful harvesting experience. We live in peace, mostly. Not Ada had a few words to say there, but nothing really formal like there was before. All right, let's keep on exploring this beautiful coastline. I see another yellow slug up there. I'm just going to keep on going for them. I mean, no harm. I'll just keep on tearing these poor guys from their natural habitats and smashing them into resources for my factory. These poor slugs, what did they ever do to me? They existed. They deserve it just for existing. Ooh, another Mercer sphere right over here. Stare into the void. And the void stares back. Nothing else? Nothing from Not Ada once again. I almost missed it. There's a blue slug literally right above my head. I heard the noises, but I just couldn't see it. There we are. There's a purple slug over there. I wonder if I can get that easily. Maybe? Ooh, and I think that's a summer sloop over there. Is that what that is? And I hear another slug, like, right nearby me. Is it above me? Is it below me? It's below me. There we are. A little blue slug for ourselves. Oops. Yum. Alright, let's see if I can get this purple slug from up there. I should have been in zoop mode. Oh, how embarrassing for me. There we are. Zoop mode right on down to me. Smooth and easy. And can I just hop up right onto there? Yeah, I can. Purple slug, I'm coming for you. Yum. That was easy. Look at that. 6 blue, 1 purple, 3 yellow already. That's a ton of power shards. All right, let's head on over here and get this summer slough. Ooh, look at that little holster that it's in. I've seen a few in the Dune Desert that are just embedded into the ground, but summer sloops? That's a special little treat for us. Ooh, there's some poison below us. Let's see if we can just avoid that. And, another yellow slug. I feel like every single corner I turn, there's just something there waiting for me to collect it. I should really go out and explore more often. This place is so special. Another casual little yellow slug that we got over here. Nice and easy, just had to do a little bit of parkour to come up here. And then I still gotta build a ramp. You know, what's the point of making me do all this parkour if I... Oh, I'm struggling right now. What's the point of making me do all this parkour if I still gotta build a ramp at the end of the day to get on top of this pillar? Ah, well, I'll take it. Ooh, blue slug right ahead. Don't mind if I do. Boop. Got it. Another blue slug just in this cave over here. I'll take it. Sweet. Another blue slug down there, but that's got some poison clouds around it, so maybe I won't worry about that one too much. Let's just keep on keeping on with our exploring, heading right in the direction of the steel plant, which we can actually see starting to poke into view right around there. Hello, is there a bird around here? I heard that chirping. There's a spitter. And, ooh, another Mercer Sphere. I'll take you. Come with me, Void. Oh, not Ada, hello.
We hum a simple melody into the effigy, yet we hear no harmony. It covers the temple in bones and organs and limbs, yet ignores our bleeding wounds. Scripture is needed. Consume.
A familiar pattern is emerging in your brain. Please assess yourself
no
for signs of
concussion, Ada.
concussion. If necessary, a replacement pioneer will be dispatched. Work must continue. Replacement delivery schedule estimate. Error, years.
Oh. Are you telling me there's no replacement, Ada? Are you telling me I'm the last pioneer? Ominous. It seems like Ada is starting to be able to detect not Ada's presence. That's kind of spooky. I wonder if they're like gonna start fighting. Ooh, the girls are fighting. Maybe? Fight over me? Ooh. Oh. Right, we're basically at the steel plant now. We're approaching the area. It looks like I'd somehow missed this blue slug. Despite getting the crash site right behind me and crossing this river quite a few times at this point, I just missed this slug or something. Wild. Well, no complaints from me. I'll always take an extra slug. There we are. Let's just cross this river, won't I? You can just hop over this nice little limestone node. I don't need that right now. Take a little peek-see in the area around here for any slugs before I head on up. I don't think there are any. I think it's time for us to start diving into this manufacturer of ours. Right, first things first, I think the easier option to start with is crystal oscillators, because we've already got all three of these inputs right over here, and these are all coming in already at the perfect ratio, or in excess of the perfect ratio, as in this case. So it should be as simple as placing down one manufacturer, and we should be good to go. I'm going to set this to crystal oscillators. It's going to require quartz crystals, cable, and reinforced iron plates. If you remember, a few episodes ago, we set up a reinforced iron plate factory, and that's what this belt is coming down and doing. We've already got quite a large stockpile from that up there, but that reinforced iron plate factory is exactly 2.5 per minute. Right over here, we've got ourselves a cable factory that's outputting exactly 14 per minute, which is how much we need for these crystal oscillators. This cable is actually fully backed up, so we shouldn't have to worry about that whatsoever. And for quartz crystals, we're going to be requiring 18 per minute, which is way more than we're making from each of these. Even one of these would suffice, but we've got a lot. We've got 4 of these. So if we're splitting that off, we're going to be getting 44 or 45 into here, which is a lot more than we actually reasonably need. So I wouldn't worry about filling these up too much. I think we've got this all perfectly balanced, and all we need to do is hook this up to power, and we are golden. Here we are. Just connect it up to this branch right over here. And there we are. There's our first manufacturer up and running, making for us 1 whole crystal oscillator per minute. Wow, just the height of luxury right there. Oh gosh. This whole huge manufacturer has 1 output. So I'm just going to take that 1 output and feed it into this industrial storage container. It looks like because this is actually doing 2 crystal oscillators at 1 per minute, it's going to take 2 minutes to get through this first cycle alone. That's pitiful, but that gives us a good amount of time to check out the manufacturer's beautiful, beautiful components. We've got this animation over here that's totally a crystal oscillator right there. Oh yeah, 100%. That's not a generic animation. No, never. This game, never. Around the back, this is where we've got our ladder, which takes us right up to the very nice mechanical top that has another grate to look right into the assembler. And there we are, we're good to go. Now, the second thing I wanted to automate in today's episode is SAM fluctuators, and this is going to take a little bit more effort on our part. We're going to need 60 reanimated SAM per minute, which we're almost achieving with this, but we're going to want to double it up so that we have at least one more to get our 60 per minute. Then we're going to want 50 wire per minute and 30 steel pipe per minute. On the steel pipe front, we're right next to our steel factory, so we can either steal, haha, get it, steal, some of the steel pipes from up there, or we can just build a new addition. And I might actually want to build just a new addition using one of these, overclock one of these coal nodes even extra, overclock the iron node or something like that, and just build a mini steel plant around here or something like that. Because we're actually not making too many steel pipes right now. We've got about 900 in there, and I feel like at this point it should be full. So we're not making too many steel pipes and steel beams, and we could do with some extra steel pipes, so maybe I'll just do that, but we'll see. First things first, let's start with the easiest of the factories, just merging in and creating another reanimated SAM assembler. And this one we can feed right into, I don't know, maybe we'll set into slot 1 just for fun. And there we go, we should have our reanimated. And once I split this input nice and neatly, and of course we gotta connect it up to power, we should now have our 60 reanimated SAM per minute flowing right into that manufacturer as intended. Next up, wire. We need 50 wire per minute, 50. Wire doubles the amount of ingots, so we're gonna need 25 extra copper ingots per minute, which should be fairly simple. If I just expand out this foundation by just another 2, I can build 2 more constructors for wire. We can set both of their outputs to 25 per minute, and then I can merge up those outputs, make sure that these 2 are both connected up to power, and I'll feed it with a smelter that's in line with the other smelter we got over there. We got 1. We'll want a splitter coming off right about there too, so that it's not clipping the power line. Then we want to hook all these guys up to power, make sure this is set to copper ingot as it should be. And then let's just break this belt coming from the miner, and let's set up one splitter right over here to feed into both of our smelters and to take from this miner. This miner should not be overclocked or underclocked. It's doing 60 per minute. That 60 per minute is going into this one that's doing 28 and this one that's doing 30. So we're doing great on that front. Although I guess this should really just be doing 14, not 28, you know. There we go. That should do us a little bit better. And we're good to go. We've got our wire coming out over here. Now I probably want to use a conveyor lift just to lift this output up and over these storage containers. And I'll set up another lift on the other side over here so we can have this belt loop right around the corner into this industrial storage container. And then I'll take this and I'll just loop it around right into there. And there we go. We should have all of our wire that we need feeding into this reanimated SAM constructor. I'll hook this manufacturer up to power so things can start to flow in, and the next order of business is going to be our 30 steel pipe. I'm going to hook up our manufacturer to an output, and let's go up to our steel factory that we got up there and see how many pipes we're creating per minute right now. I'm hoping that I was smart enough to make it more than 30 per minute, but I'm expecting that I'm only making 30 per minute with these pipes. Let's see. It looks to me like we've only got one constructor coming into here making pipes. We're only making 20 steel pipes per minute. That's fine, that's fine. Now that we have minor Mark IIs, I should be able to fairly easily upgrade these coal nodes to be minor Mark IIs so that we don't have to rely as much on them. So I can branch this off and create like a mini steel backup factory plant type of thing. But the iron nodes are a little bit harder. I've already tapped into both of these iron nodes that we've got around here. This one is being fully maximized, and the ones the other plants are kind of bad nodes. So the other option is gonna have to be to carry a long iron belt back a long ways over, either from up there or from some other iron node that we got in the distance over here. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to head all the way over to here and take these impure nodes. Maybe I'll merge them together with a miner mark. Maybe I'll put miner mark 2s on both of those two, merge them together, and we should have at least something somewhat decent. While I'm down here, though, I'm going to get ourselves some modular frames because it looks like I'm going to need some of those in order to make our miner mark 2s. And I'm probably going to want some extra steel beams while I'm there because this is going to be a long conveyor belt. Let me get those guys. Before I head off, I'm also just going to put this hard drive into the MAM so I can start researching. Heading to the iron. There we go. I've connected up those two miners over there to power, and we've got these and we've got all this iron ore being brought right over back to here. I've also upgraded that other miner that we had over there to Mark II, so now that singular miner is doing 180 per minute, and that means that we've got one node free over here, a normal node doing 120 per minute, so we've got 120 and 120, which is perfect for a little mini baby steel plant. Love it! This factory is going to be virtually identical to the factory that we built way back in episode 7. Just a little baby mini steel factory. Nothing fancy at all. Double manifold. There we go, and all these foundries are now kicking on. We're going to be getting 120 steel ingots per minute out of these. Maybe we'll do 40 steel pipes, and that'll use up 60 of these, and then we'll just add in an extra steel beam constructor off the end right there. Maybe that'll be the easiest way of doing things. And then I'll just feed from this lift into the other. Wonderful. There's our steel pipes coming in, and now we should be making SAM fluctuators. Look at that. Oh yeah, that's right. Now I want to make sure that this other 10 steel pipes goes somewhere either valuable or somewhere that's completely unimportant to us. I think we might just end up sinking these, but I do want to send the steel beams up and over to those constructors we got over there. So maybe I'll take this Mark III lift, send it way up there. That feels like the right elevation. And there we go. Got some extra steel beams now feeding into this storage container. I don't want to fuss about getting these steel pipes all the way over to the other side, so I might just build us a happy little awesome sink right in here. There we go. This will do for the position of our sink. And there we go. Now we've got ourselves another mini little steel factory. Super easy to set up. Not the cleanest of everything, but definitely worthwhile. Gives us some extra steel beams, which is never a bad thing. And now we've got SAM fluctuators being made at a rate of 10 per minute. Oh yeah, that's right. What can these SAM fluctuators be used for? Is there anything that we've been holding out for? Ooh, hard drive is complete. What did we get? Heavy encased frame or plastic smart plating. Oh, that's interesting. Heavy encased frame is interesting because it means that instead of using screws, we're going to be using concrete. But these ratios are frankly awful. Modular frame ratio is nice, but these other guys, oh, they hurt me. They hurt me. Maybe I'll just keep this again. I'll keep on letting these build up until I get more helpful, more useful rewards. Anyway, as I was doing, I was looking in here for alien technology chain, which should tell me what I'm looking for. Oh, yes, that's what I'm waiting for SAM fluctuators for. We can start looking into production amplifier and power augmenter. Maybe I make an object scanner and I use that object scanner to search for another summer sloop while we're waiting for these SAM fluctuators to build up a little bit. Okay, into the wilderness we go. A little bit of holiday exploring. But the summer sloop is 100% in here. 100%, no doubt about that. Okay, maybe I put on some berries and I just tank it. I head right in there and I tank it with my nuts. What a sentence. Oh, I got it, and not Ada has something to say about it. Ooh, oh, I got it. Nailed it. Nice. Scripture becomes harmony, becomes composition. Didn't you say that for the
pattern analysis continuing? New instruction. Repeat pioneer exposure to alien artifacts.
Me to do this, Ada.
Brain damage compensation packages may be available on successful completion of a special claims form. Our expert Fix-It medical staff are impartial and always open to assess your claim.
Impartial medical staff. Okay, I guess Ada wants me to keep on going for these. There's another summer sloop right up here. So let's just go for that. And got it. I'm really interested in what this power augmenter does, but first I just gotta research the production amplifier. What are you? Ada?
Production amplifier unlocked. Every single manufacturing and smelting building will be backwards compatible with this new technology.
Oops.
These buildings can now have a summer sloop embedded to increase resource output without requiring more input, at the cost of greatly increased power consumption.
Flow cycles within flow cycles make explosions into temples into explosions into temples.
Sure, not Ada.
The spin sphere of woven windows. Each tiny body contains tinier bodies until the line layers fold into curves which folds into threads which weave the tapestry. A song of light and leaf and flower, a dance of matter clouds and...
I think they're trying to explain energy to matter conversion theory, but you do not need to understand it to do your job. I'll just mute them for you so you can continue your mission. I, however, will be taking notes. This is fascinating material.
Thank you for muting them for me, Ada. I didn't know that you knew that they existed. We're coming out of this. We went from 1 power shard to 26. That is crazy. That's crazy. Absolutely. Now the second one, we got power augmenters. Sweet. What do we got for us there? Oh, and the next thing? Oh, we're nowhere near that.
Power augmenter unlocked. Summer sloops naturally harvest. Yes, harvest energy from distant sources and distribute it locally.
You two. I like
the power augmenter supercharges summer sloops by feeding it local power, increasing its harvesting range and efficiency, and thus power output. Basically, the more power it's given, the more it provides.
Do not loop the loop organ. It will shred and tear and unravel the threads, many temples burned.
Good to know. That confirms that hypothesis.
Confirm the hypothesis. Oh, I love them. To create a power augmenter is going to require a lot more summer sloops than we currently have. So I'm not going to worry about this too much right now, but this is pretty cool, I gotta say. So until that point comes, I don't think it's necessarily worth investing our time and our resources into a power augmenter yet. So for now, I think it's time for us just to head on back to the base to wrap up the episode in style. Back at the home base, the last thing I want to do before we round out this episode is research one component that we're going to start to work with in the upcoming episodes. High-speed connector. Alright, with high-speed connectors unlocked, that makes room for us to basically have 2 more upcoming factories. Today we automated SAM fluctuators and crystal oscillators, both of these guys over here, but we've got 2 more big factories that the manufacturer lets us automate. One of them is heavy modular frames, which requires a lot of different inputs for something that's so slow, but heavy modular frames are going to be really critical as we move into the next few stages of the space elevator and later game. So we're going to want to build a heavy modular frame factory for ourselves, and that'll be in one of the upcoming episodes. The other episode that we got going on is electronics factory. An electronics factory is going to automate computers, high-speed connectors, and circuit boards for ourselves. These should all be fairly straightforward little guys, but we're going to have to pick the right location for this factory so that we can really bring in all of the different components that these different electronic pieces require. The reason I wanted to get high-speed connectors was so that we can include it in this electronics factory rather than it kind of ended up waiting for later on a later stage in the game. All of this is really exciting, and I've got those factories and a lot more planned in 2025. 2024 brought so many more videos for me, so many new games, so much fun, and I really enjoyed everything that I've been doing this past year. I'm looking forward to diving deeper into that in 2025, keeping up, hopefully, this more regular schedule that I have, especially now that I've graduated and have a full-time job. I'm really enjoying just making videos regularly, having them out, and seeing how many of you are enjoying it. I've been really appreciating the support, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you to every single one of you for watching these videos and enjoying them as you are. As we approach the new year, I just wanted to make sure that you all knew how grateful I am for you, how thankful I am to have somewhere that I can share my gameplay, share my thoughts, and just have so much fun. I really think the beauty of so many of these games is the ability to share. In Minecraft and Satisfactory, City Skylines, whatever I'm playing, House Flipper, for all of them, I want to have a community, and for this game, you guys are my community, and I appreciate you so much. I hope you're looking forward to the upcoming few episodes as much as I am. These 2 big factories that we got going on are going to be a lot of fun for me to put together and a lot of fun for me to show you how to do too. I've got the math already all mathed out for them. I just got to pick a spot on the map and get building. So it's going to be a lot of fun, but that's all going to be in the new year. For now, happy holidays. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this beautiful scenery the last minute, and I'll see you in 2025.